Good morning, 2K. Welcome to day 3 of our online school seesaw. So today's story is from the Jesus Storybook Bible. Every story whispers his name. Did you know that Jesus is kind of woven throughout the whole Bible? Sometimes we can see him right away, and other times he's kind of a mystery. But today is a story we are familiar with, and it's called The Captain of the Storm. Now, we read about Noah's Ark the other day. Today, we're going to have Jesus in the boat. So it's a different story. Now, in Noah's Ark, God closed the door of the ark and they were in there for a very long time. In this story, Jesus is actually in the boat. Can you look at what he's doing? What is he doing? He's fast asleep. Now, it might be morning for you guys and you're waking up and stretching. So this is a nice story. There we see the sunrise, and you see my covers of my bed, and now we're getting nice and cozy. Let's have a story. It's called The Captain of the Storm. Right? The storm on the lake from Mark 4 and Matthew 8. The sun was going down, the air was warm and still. Let's go across the lake, Jesus said to his friends. Jesus had been helping people all day, and now he was so tired. So they left the crowds at the shore and set out in a small fishing boat. Jesus climbed into the boat to take a nap. As soon as his head touched the pillow, he fell fast asleep. It was a beautiful evening. A gentle breeze rustled the sails. The friends were chatting happily as they headed out into the middle of the lake. Everything was perfect, just right for a nice, quiet sail. There they are, looking relaxed and maybe having a nice sunny time. Uh-oh, dun 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 dun. Something changed. The weather changed. They were only about halfway across when, out of nowhere, whirling winds swept across the lake, fierce and strong like a hurricane. A blinding flash of lightning lit up the sky. Thunder roared right overhead. A storm blew the water into towering waves that hurled the little boat up, then sent it hurtling, crashing back down, down, down. Oh, I'm getting a bit seasick looking at this. Hopefully, we're not going a bit green here. Let's keep going with the story. The fishing boat was blown and buffed and tossed and turned back and forth and up and down and left and right and all around and round. In the middle of the storm, Jesus was sleeping. Now, Jesus' friends had been fishermen all their lives. But in all their years fishing on this lake, they had never once seen a storm like this one. No matter how hard they struggled with their ropes and sails, they couldn't. Let's see what this one says right at the bottom here. They couldn't control their boat. This storm was too big for them. Now, this kind of reminds me of something in our world that's happening that's so big that people can't control it. But guess who can control the wind and the waves? Interesting. Well, I know someone who can control the wind and the waves. I wonder if he can control what's happening in our world today. That might be a good thing to pray for. Oh, here we go. And it's getting worse. Look at that boat tossing and turning. And what's Jesus doing? He's so peaceful. Wowee. But it's so crazy and windy and stormy. Shouldn't he be scared? Why do you think Jesus is not scared? Interesting. Let's find out. But the storm wasn't too big for Jesus. Help! They screamed, Wake up! Quick, Jesus! Jesus opened his eyes. Rescue us! Save us! They shrieked. Don't you care? Of course, Jesus cared. And this was the very reason he had come to rescue them and to save them. Jesus stood up and spoke to the storm. Hush, he said. That's all. And the strangest thing happened. What do you think happened? Look at those stars. I love starry nights. Wow. The wind and the waves recognized Jesus' voice. They had heard it before. Of course, it was the same voice that made them in the very beginning. They listened to Jesus and they did what he said. Immediately the wind stopped, the water calmed right down. It glittered innocently in the moonlight. There it is, glittering in the moonlight. Look at those glitters and look at the stars. Wow. and it lapped quietly against the sides of the boat as if nothing had happened. The little boat bobbed gently up and down. There was a deep stillness and a great quiet all around. Then Jesus turned to his wind-torn friends. "Why were you scared?" he said. "Did you forget who I am? Did you believe your fears instead of me?" Jesus' friends were quiet as the wind and the waves, and into their hearts came a different kind of storm. "What kind of man is this?" they asked themselves anxiously. "Even the wind and the waves obey him," they said, because they didn't understand. They didn't realize yet that Jesus was the Son of God. Jesus' friends had been so